What up to my peoples? Welcome back to Retro Crunch. Alright, so today I got some news just today that I found out about. And, well, Margot Kidder, who was the actress in 4 of the Superman movies, she passed away Sunday. And she was 69 years old. And she was a very important part of my growing up. I remember watching Superman as a kid. I really loved Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. Lois Lane, her iteration of it was probably my favorite. Every time I see Lois Lane, I think of Margot Kidder. And in fact, I even have a couple stories that I wanted to tell you guys about from my experiences of actually getting to meet her. And the first story, basically, I was at a Comic-Con, and I was there with my daughter. My daughter was a lot younger. She was probably around 7 years old. And Margot Kidder had a booth at the Comic-Con. And my daughter just happened to be dressed in a Supergirl costume. And we were walking by there, and or me and my family were walking by there. And Margot actually, she like waved at us and got our attention, and she called me over to her table. And I was kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous around meeting celebrities, so I typically don't go up and talk to the celebrities, even though I love her and I've loved her for a long time. But we did go over there and talk to her, and she started talking to my daughter. I mean, just right straight started talking to her. Kind of didn't even talk to me at all. But she kind of developed this rapport with my daughter, and they started talking, and she started asking her, do you know who I am? And she started pointing at some of the pictures. She's like, that's you. And Margot's a lot older by this time, but still, what I thought was really cool was she told us one story, and she also whispered to me, she's like, hey, I want to give your daughter a free picture and autograph. And I actually have that picture right here. And this picture, there was a lot of really cool pictures that she could have picked, and I'm glad she picked this one because it actually had Margot Kidder right up front, and a lot of the other pictures kind of had Lois Lane as a second figure to Superman in the pictures, but this one, it definitely put her in the forefront, and I thought that was really cool. And so that was really neat to when we got to meet her. And I tried to pay her. She wouldn't accept any money. So I thought that was a really cool way to meet her. The second thing is, she actually told us a real quick story just about whenever her daughter was real young. I guess the movie Superman was made in '78, and I guess her daughter would have been maybe 2, and then by the time she watched Superman, she might have been maybe a couple years older than that. Well, anyway, Margot had told us that whenever she was in the living room watching it one day, and Superman was on, and then Lois Lane came on the screen, and she told us that her daughter like kind of freaked out. She couldn't understand how her mom could be right there in the room with her and then also on the screen. And she told us that little story. I thought that was really fun. And it was just a really interesting experience to get to meet her. Seems like a really wonderful person. She had a very, very good and fruitful life. I know she had some rough patches, especially in the 90s. I think she had a breakdown. One cool fact that I found out about her is back in the day, she dated Richard Pryor. I did not know that. I was doing a little bit of research before doing the show just because I wanted to be a little more familiar with her. But I'm glad I got to show you guys this. I actually had another show planned that I already had ready to go, but I forgoed that so I could record this for y'all, and because I wanted to do a little bit of homage to her because I appreciate her so much. Loved her in Superman. She's the only Lois Lane that I know and love, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If this is your first time to the channel, definitely give the video a like, and if you're new here, definitely subscribe to the channel. We do nostalgia news multiple times a week, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.